we need to understand exactly why Finance Minister Wale Edun is coming out before Nigerians right now to say that fuel subsidy is back. We need to understand, because if we don't understand why, we'll continue to be complacent, we'll keep quiet, and the reason will manifest. It is an alarming reason, and it is my intention, my duty, to help you to understand why exactly he's coming out right now to say fuel subsidy is back. It's scary. In order for us to understand why he's talking like this now, after denying many times before, we need to go back to how this fuel subsidy thing actually was removed. Who started this talk about remove fuel subsidy? Of course, who else but the IMF and the World Bank? They had been pressuring even Buhari to remove fuel subsidy. And Buhari, understanding what he understood, who is subsidizing who, refused for his 8 years to remove fuel subsidy. But somehow, pastors will say somehow, Tinubu on his first day was convinced to dance to the tune of the IMF and World Bank. And right from day one, he announced fuel subsidy is gone. And right from that day, May 29th, from May 30, the prices of petrol more than tripled. In fact, from 400, they went to 500, they went to 600, they went to 700. And all the while they kept increasing it. They said it was because of market forces. It was because of the devaluation of the naira, the floating of the naira. They said it was because, now the price is finding its ground. Now guess what? After removing that fuel subsidy on May 29, 2023, and after about 6 months, the IMF comes back to say that no, the fuel subsidy that we removed, the increase that we saw in the pump price of fuel, no, the fuel subsidy is back. Fuel subsidy is back. The government did not waste time, but to deny it. They denied it. January, they denied it. February 2024, they kept denying it. Until people like El Rufai came out to say, no, fuel subsidy is back. Former governors here and there kept saying fuel subsidy is back. So-called oil and gas experts started dancing to the tune of the IMF and the World Bank, and they kept saying fuel subsidy is back. But the same finance minister, the NNPC, and the federal government, they kept insisting, no fuel subsidy. Fuel subsidy is gone. Obasanjo then joins to say fuel subsidy is back. And then the end bad governance protest starts to say, in fact, the subsidy you said you removed before, bring it back. Restore the price of fuel back to 195 naira per liter. And then all of a sudden, the finance minister comes now to agree that, oh yes, sorry, we were wrong before. We know we removed fuel subsidy before, and we know the IMF says it has come back, and we know we denied it before, but now we have come to accept that actually it is true. Why is the finance minister of Nigeria coming to accept now that fuel subsidy is back? Is fuel subsidy really back? This is the question that we know. And see, we need to answer these questions for the sake of the future of Nigeria. Just before that time, we hear that the landing cost for petrol in Nigeria is now 1,300 naira. Landing cost. In fact, so many so-called oil and gas experts now start flooding the airwaves, mainstream media, and giving expert analysis to say that, fuel should be selling for between 1,500 naira and 1,800 naira because landing cost has improved. And then all of a sudden, out of the blues, your finance minister comes to agree that yes, fuel subsidy is actually back. What does that mean? It means that they are planning to increase the pump price of petrol to between 1,500 naira and 1,800 naira. That's what they are planning. So if you keep quiet now, the way they have always rammed their policy on Nigerians is the way they will ram this one again. And you know, they are very good at knowing who to pay to shut them up. So nobody will do anything like they did to the protests. So if you keep quiet, you are signing your own warrant, sentence to more difficult life in this country that we call Nigeria. That's the plan. But look, why should we believe the finance minister? The finance minister that says that, oh, fuel subsidy is back. Oh, we are going to pay 5.4 trillion naira. Over 5.4 trillion naira. What am I even saying? For fuel subsidy in 2024 alone. Already, if you calculate it, what Buhari paid first half of 2023 and what the finance minister is saying Tinubu paid in second half of 2023, that's almost 8 trillion, 4.2 plus 3.6 trillion for 2023. Who is receiving all these trillions? Who is the marketer that is receiving this fuel subsidy payments? They're not coming out to tell you. They're not coming out to tell me. They just come and they just give us lamba. Oh, we are paying 5.4 trillion. Okay, fine. Let's even accept that you are right. Tell us, Mr. Finance Minister, who are you paying that 5.4 trillion to? Give us a list of names. Who submitted the invoice? Give us a list of names. And tell us who you are paying them to. And then we will now lecture you. Because apparently it appears you don't know. Because we know you don't know what goes on in the NNPC. So it's like they are running circles around you. They are just giving you lamba. They are telling you stories. And you will not do your due diligence to verify the stories they are telling you. Because if you did, you would know that NNPC does not pay a dime in cash to get refined petrol products into the country. You would know. But you don't know. If you knew, you would know that NNPC engages in selling Nigeria's crude oil in international black market. And so it goes off the record in partnership with their joint venture partners. They secretly meet oil quota, but they don't declare it officially through the books. And because these transactions happen outside of Nigeria's banking system, outside of Nigeria's financial system, there's no way for you, the finance minister, or even EFCC to know. And instead of doing international investigation, forensics audit, like people have done in this country before, to verify the claims, whatever it is that Mele Kyari is telling you, you choose to come out and you now want to pass the burden on Nigerians to tell us 700 naira per litre is not enough. You want to secretly come and increase it again by telling us where subsidy is back, cooking up figures for us. We are not gullible anymore. We will talk. Gather all the influencers that you can. Pay them as much as you can. Gather all the so-called fake oil and gas experts. Pay them as much as you can to flood the national waves, mainstream media, telling these lies about a fuel subsidy that does not exist. We will not get tired of speaking the truth to whoever cares to listen. Now, for the record, before I end this video, fuel subsidy is fake. NNPC gets refined petrol product without paying a dime in dollars or in naira. They get it. In fact, it's a two-stage process. First process, they go into joint venture with the IOCs, international oil companies, joint venture to extract the crude oil from the ground, run it through pipes to loading terminals, and they only pay for it in percentage joint venture partnership in oil to the IOCs. From the loading terminals, they enter into another partnership, DSDP, with the refineries, which some of whom are the IOCs. And the IOCs, the refineries bear the cost, FOB Nigerian loading terminals. So the refineries and bringing back refined petrol product direct at place at Bonny and Lagos without having to pay for it in cash. The whole cost is borne by the refineries, and they factor it into the refined petrol product that they pay back, that they give back to be commensurate with the crude oil that they lifted, crude oil that NNPC also did not pay for. So at which point is NNPC paying for the refined petrol product or paying for the crude that it sells? At which point does NNPC pay in cash for it? Nigerians, please. These are the questions we should be asking. Let's not let these people continue with these lies. We're not all fools in Nigeria. We're not all fools.